Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is part 5 of the MAXXFORCE DT rebuild. We're getting ready to put everything back together. We got the cylinder sleeves in the last video, and we're going to keep reassembling and get the bearings put in and the pistons and see how far we can get. Alright, now we need to roll in the main bearings. We start by taking a pointed screwdriver, such as this guy right here, and we're going to stick it up on the main bearing and tap it with a hammer to get it started to roll in the direction of the tang. Now the tang over here, it can only go one direction because of that, so we're going to get it moving. You see I've already got it pushed about a ½ inch up in there, and now we're going to do a little cheat thing. I have this cotter pin, and this cotter pin has been smashed and modified to be thinner than the main bearing when it's set down into this oil hole. Alright, I'm going to have the engine rotated in the clockwise direction, and this will go up and hit the bearing and roll it out. Alright, let's watch. Okay, go ahead and roll the engine clockwise slowly. A little faster than that. Yep, keep going, looking good. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Looking good. Good. Okay, you've hit the bearing. Now go ahead and keep going. Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep going. Beautiful. And there the bearing has fallen out. Okay, keep going until the cotter pin falls out. Keep going, keep going. At least another quarter turn. Keep going. You see our cotter pin pop back out right there, and our bearing is out. So we've got our new main bearing here in the box. I'm going to break open the plastic. The one with the groove in it is the top one that gets installed into the block. The smooth one gets installed into the cap. So I'll go ahead and get it ready to roll it back in. So we have our new bearing. We have the little tang on this side, which has to go on the driver's side. So we have to roll it in like that. So I'm going to position it like this, get it centered, and I'll start rotating it by hand until it gets too difficult. All right. Let's see, we got it pretty well centered there. And then I am going to take this cotter pin. Now this cotter pin has not been smashed, so this has a taller profile. So Scott's going to rotate the engine counterclockwise. I'm going to insert this into the oil hole, and this will rotate and roll the bearing in. Go ahead, Scott. Got quite a ways to go.
I got less leverage.
And the other ones are there.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Okay, go ahead. And we can see the oil hole is coming into view, and as he continues to rotate it, we'll stick the big cotter pin in the hole and wait for him to rotate it on around. Okay, stop for a second. And then we need to make sure that the little tang is lined up with the hole, and it is. So go ahead, Scott, turn a little bit more and I'll tell you when to stop. Stop right there. And you can see everything, the cutter pin hit the main casting. So we are in. Now we just need to install the lower cap. So our next one we're going to do is number 3. You can see there's a 3 on there. We need to take this old bearing off. Easy enough. Pop it right out of there. And now we need a rag, clean that off. Okay, clean that. Then we'll take our new bearing. Of course, our little tang there. Got a slot for it right there. Go ahead and put that in there. And they're nice and even. All right. I'll put a little bit of oil on here and we'll stick it up in there. No, nothing. All right, and we're going to place this main cap up in there. And we'll get it started. I'm going to leave them just a little bit loose. That way the other main bearings will still be easy enough to roll in. If we tighten this down and torqued it, it would be a little bit less clearance to work with. So we'll run those bolts in and just run them down to where they're touching, not snug them up. Just like that, and then we'll do the next one. Got all the new main bearings in. The caps are finger tight in place. I did run into an interesting issue. The service manual calls for the rod bolts and the main bolts, as well as the head bolts, are torque to yield bolts and have to be replaced every time they're removed. The head bolts came with the new kit, however, rod bolts and main bolts do not. I got the rod bolts on order, however, main bolts have to come, they're like factory ordered through Navistar. There isn't any aftermarket available, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do on the main bolts yet, so I just temp install them. I can swap them out and then torque them when I get them, if I'm able to get them. Otherwise I may have to reuse them. The older ones you could reuse, but according to the manual, not these. So we'll see what happens there, but something to be aware of when you're ordering your kit, that it does not come with that. I have removed the snap ring from the piston and slid the pin out and removed the rod. Now all this, we've got new pistons and wrist pins, but we do have to clean up the rod, and I've got the bearings out of it already. I'm going to clean it off real good, and I'll do all the other rods. These are torque to yield bolts and have to be replaced. I didn't know that at the time I ordered the kit, but I have ordered them now. They should be in a few days, So that sets me back a little bit, but I'll put it back together with these, but I won't torque it, and that way I can just swap them out when they get here and I can get things moving. So now that we've got the rods all cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and install our rod bearings and our new pistons. So each piston kit had its own ring set with it, and I labeled the sleeves as to which cylinder I put them in, because the pistons and sleeves are usually matched, so I want to keep it the same way they came out of the box. So I'm going to start, this is number 6. So I have number 6 piston, and it's got the wrist pin, and it's got the clutch to the side already. And we'll just pre-lubricate it with engine oil. We can slide this guy out. Now notice there's a cutout here for the oil squirters in the block, so we got to make sure we orient these right. The opening goes toward the camshaft side, and this, I'm gonna have to look at my pictures or check the book, but I believe this goes on the passenger side, which is the camshaft side as well. And we got our pistons. Pistons come with new wrist pins. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rings on before I put them on the connecting rod, and I also have the bearings put on there. Everything's all nice and clean. I did measure the bushing, and they were tight in the old pistons, so our bushings are good. Otherwise those would need to be replaced. So I've got a ring set here. There's 3 of them. Random instructions. Of course the oil ring goes on first. I don't have a ring expander, so we'll be gentle. Okay, on these we got the word top on this one. Instructions say if there's any words, that's the side that goes up. So that's up and that's up. Very good. Alright. And it looks like based on the size, there's only one way they can go. So this one. Okay, got all the rings on. Alright, so I'm going to put my dimple in that bottom corner there, and I'm also going to have the open side of the rod facing that way. That's going to represent the camshaft side, which also is correct on the piston. So lift this out. I've pre-lubed it with a little bit of engine oil. Set it right in there. And there we go. Alright. Now I'll go ahead and put a rod bearing in here. First we want to put these onto the connecting rod dry. Okay. And then we'll lube them once we stick them in the engine. Beautiful. And this one is ready to install. Ah. Yeah, the second you turn the camera on. Take two. We'll go ahead and close out this video right there. Made a lot of progress, but more to come, and look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for watching.